Welcome to Mr. Brown's Basement, a channel devoted to sharing the craft of repairing, restoring, and modifying vintage electronic gear, and other random stuff. Stuffing peppers is okay. The same goes for mushrooms, and for turkey. The jury is still out on stuffing pizza crust, though. However, restuffing capacitors is a bad idea. At the end of the day, stuffing capacitors is all about making a new capacitor look like an old capacitor. How pointless is that? How about some background? When you're restoring a vintage radio or TV, you have to replace parts which are defective or worn out, and those which have expired with age. Parts which are most notorious for expiring with age are some types of capacitors, among them paper capacitors. As they age, they begin to pass DC instead of blocking it, sometimes with catastrophic results. They are generally found on the underside of a TV or radio and are replaced with modern plastic film capacitors that are smaller and are expected to last longer than the originals did. Some people who restore old equipment insist that the restoration is incomplete or inadequate if the new capacitors are not made to look exactly like the old ones. They use this to distinguish between a repair and a restoration. In my humble opinion, I think it's completely ridiculous, and I have 4 reasons. Here are my 4 reasons. Number 1, nobody can see them. Number 2, nobody cares. Number 3, it makes it more difficult on future restorers. And number 4, restuffing is a total waste of time. Nobody can see them. Here's a radio. Here's the chassis. To see the underside, I'd have to remove it from the cabinet. Without doing that, they can't be seen. No matter how you look at the radio, you can't see the capacitors. The chassis itself weighs a ton, and it cannot be easily removed or put back. There's no way anyone could see them even if they wanted to. There's no point in making them look authentic. Nobody cares. Imagine you were visiting someone's house and they invited you to look under a radio. Wouldn't it just sound weird? Let me share a fictional discussion between Mr. Brown and an anonymous guest to make the point. See if you can relate to it. Do you want to see my Kellogg Granola 3A receiver? It's really nice. Sure, I'll see it. Would you like to see the back of it? It's got beautiful tubes. Okay. Would you like to see the underside? You know, where the sun don't shine? It's got really nice stuffed capacitors. No. I think most people would say the same thing my guest did. You can't tell what's been replaced. Suppose you bought an old radio because you liked how it looked in your house. You take it to a restorer, and they take it out of the cabinet, but they can't be sure if the capacitors are old and in need of replacement, or new, just stuffed into old packages. Or some of each. Sure, the restorer can check them out, but they still can't be 100% sure. By restuffing, you don't do a future owner any favors. One of these capacitors has been restuffed. Which one do you think it is? I'll let you know at the end of the video. When I fix a piece of old equipment, I don't camouflage the new components, I highlight them. I want to make it very easy for a future restorer to see which resistors, capacitors, and couplates have been replaced using colored spaghetti insulation. Someone working on the set will immediately know exactly what has been replaced and what is original. Restuffing is a waste of time. Look at the steps. First, you melt the wax out of the old capacitor. And separate the cardboard cylinder from the guts, which is the paper and foil roll. Then you stick in the new capacitor and refill it with hot glue. Then fill it up with wax. Time-consuming and unnecessary. While nobody can tell me how to restore one of my radios or TVs, I cannot tell someone else what to do with their equipment. But I can suggest in the long run, it's better not to restuff. The radio restoration you're doing for today is also the radio restoration you're doing for the future. You have no idea into whose hands the equipment will fall one day. I'm sure this video is going to raise the ire of some die-hard capacitor restuffers, and I don't mind telling them to stuff all they want. Capacitors, that is. I think for everyone else, what I've said in this video will be common sense. What do you think about restuffing capacitors? Is it fundamental, or is it folly? Or it just doesn't matter? Please leave your opinions in the comments below. You can also comment on stuffed peppers, mushrooms, turkey, or pizza. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to Mr. Brown's Basement for more interesting and unusual videos.